Could the canceled Batgirl movie get an exclusive physical media 4K release? Let's talk about it. In today's physical media news video, we're going to be discussing if the canceled Batgirl movie should get an exclusive physical media release to 4K, and we're going to go through our thoughts, just speculating here. This is nothing confirmed. We're just going to go over the pros of releasing it to physical media, the cons of releasing it to physical media, and ultimately my thoughts on what they should be doing. So let's get into it. Now to start with our first subtopic, and that is the pros to releasing the canceled Batgirl movie exclusively on physical media. Now, I believe that this company, Warner Discovery, needs to recoup some money from this project because right now I believe it cost about 90 million or so already to produce this movie. And wow, that is a ton of money to leave on the table, or in this case, just throw it away if you completely cancel this movie. So I think they can recoup some money here by at least releasing it to physical media. Yeah, not everybody's going to buy the physical media out there. Yes, it's a smaller market for sure, but the physical media collectors will definitely get this movie, or at least the superhero fans that are physical media collectors. You know, I'm a big superhero fan. I love that genre. So if they released an awesome edition of this movie, you know, I'd be all in on it. I would totally pre-order it to add to my superhero physical media collection. So I think they should do this to get some kind of money out of it. You know, you want those spreadsheets, those numbers to look good by the end of the quarter. And I think that loss is just going to be too big if they do nothing to recoup any money. So at least releasing it on physical media would get some kind of money in the bank for Warner Discovery, and I think that might be a good idea. Also, it's going to help build more positive relationships with the talent involved with this project. Remember, this project just didn't, come out of thin air. This took a lot of work, in front of the camera, behind the camera to actually create this movie. I mean, all movies take a whole lot of hard work and people dedicating blood, sweat, and tears to make a movie. I mean, movies are basically many miracles of things that have to come together just right for it to be created. So we want to have those good positive relationships going forward, Warner Discovery, don't we? If we just cancel it, this is not going to be very positive for the people you were once working with. And if you want to work with those people in the future, because I'm sure some of them are very talented. I mean, come on, Michael Keaton was a part of this movie and he's a phenomenal actor. Do you really want to hurt the relationship there? No, you want it to be a positive, solid relationship. So maybe he'll work on some of your other projects in the future. So I think it would be smart to release this in some kind of way. Physical media, at least you could say, hey, you know what? We did release this movie for the people that worked on it, to show them some respect, to show that you cared about their time and effort here. And so then you keep a good positive relationship with them going forward. Also, it shows confidence in the company. Warner Discovery, you got a new leadership team here, and you want to see confidence about them in this company, in their leadership roles. And by just canceling, it gets to a point where it's like, oh wow, there's just no confidence in these projects at all that Warner worked on. And to me, it just can be a not good look for the company. You want to show some confidence, say, hey, you know what? Actually, there was a lot of good talent involved with Batgirl. It actually has some great elements on it, so we're actually going to release it in some kind of way, and we're going to do it to physical media and also even give it a really awesome edition for those collectors to enjoy, to show that confidence, Warner Discovery. So in the future, us fans say, hey, you know what? They did this awesome thing. They released Batgirl, at least the physical media, so we're going to give them some more support and their upcoming projects that they want to work and develop, because right now, if they're just canceling, it could really strain those relationships there with the fans as well as the talent. So to me, a lot of positives can happen by releasing this one to physical media. You get some money, you maintain positive relationships with the talent involved, and also you show confidence and maintain a good relationship with the fans. So those are all the pros to releasing Batgirl exclusively on physical media. Now to get into our second subtopic here, and we got to talk about the cons or the negatives with releasing the canceled Batgirl movie to physical media, because there can be some bad things here. We got to understand that even if it releases to physical media, yeah, it'll make some kind of money, but is it a whole lot of money? No, there's just not enough physical media collectors out there to get all that money back. I mean, especially with a hefty price tag of about 90 million or so, maybe even more. Yeah, us physical media collectors aren't going to be able to kind of contribute all that amount of money to Warner Discovery to make up for those losses. So even though we may get it as collectors or superhero fans, it's probably going to be just a really small fraction, a small percent of actual any money. So it may not do too good, and it may cost more to market and manufacture and distribute it than what they think they would get back from actual physical media collectors buying the movie. So yeah, it may not work in their favor numbers wise to where they're actually going to get much of any money back, if anything. If maybe it's even a loss or a break even point, yeah, it just may not work out to really be profitable enough for them to incentivize them to release it to physical media. So that's always a possibility. Also, another con here is that the movie could be so bad that it could actually hurt the talent involved releasing it, because if you have your name attached to the movie, behind the camera, in front of the camera, and this is a really bad movie, I mean, we have to think, hey, Warner Discovery, truly, why did you cancel it? Why did you say no streaming, no theaters, no physical media? Was it that bad? It could be. It could be such a bad, I mean, it could be on the level of, the original Supergirl movie, or even worse than that. I like some things in the Supergirl movie, but definitely some room for improvement there. So maybe this movie is that bad that it's going to hurt that talent involved. And when that talent tries to go get other movie career jobs, they're going to have that as kind of a bad stain on their resume. And like, oh, you are the one who worked on the Batgirl movie. Ooh, yeah, it did not turn out so good. So I don't know if I can really trust your talents in this position here. Now, whether that's fair or not fair to do that, because obviously there's a lot of people that work on a movie and bring it together, it is a possibility that could happen. So maybe Warner Discovery is thinking about the people working within the movie itself, and maybe saying, hey, this actually is a better scenario for you all because we saw the completed project, or mostly complete, and yeah, this one's not going to do anybody any favors in the long run. So that's definitely a possibility. It could be that way. Also, another con here is, once again, is it so bad that us fans are disgusted with this movie? We just look at this movie and we're like, what the heck happened, Warner Discovery? What is this? Why'd you do that? Why did the characters, it could end up being a terrible mess. So it's just like, oh my goodness. Now you not only, tarnish the relationship with the talent involved, but also with the fans. So now us fans, when you announce, hey, this is how we're relaunching the DC universe of all these amazing movie projects. We got a new Superman movie coming. I mean, all of these things, right? And they make these big announcements. We're going to be like, probably still a little fatigued from Batgirl. Like, oh my god, that Batgirl movie was so bad. I don't know if I can trust you guys with these other movies. You just did me so wrong before. I mean, is Batgirl going to be the straw that breaks this camel's back? I mean, is Warner Discovery thinking that to where they're like, hey, you know what? For long run sustainability for the fans, it may actually be good just to throw this one away. It may not even be the right thing to release this, even the physical media, even straight to a DVD. It may be so bad they just don't want it out in circulation, and any way they want to bury this one. That could be a possibility too. So maybe it is better us for us fans to just not see this one, because life is too short for really bad movies, and we always want to see good movies, right? We don't want our time taken up by a bad movie, because if we saw a really, really bad movie, right, we could have used that time doing something else, like watching a really, really good movie. So that's another possibility and scenario. So there's definitely some cons and negatives that could happen by releasing this one to physical media. Now to get into our third subtopic here, I'm going to talk about what I think they should do and also what I think they're most likely going to do. Now, what I would do if I was in charge of Warner Discovery, I would definitely release this movie because you already made the investment. You already spent the millions and millions of dollars. Let's get some of that money back. Yeah, maybe we're not able to get a whole bunch of it back, but let's get something. I mean, we already made this movie. Why just throw it away? So I would definitely release this, and I would release it everywhere. I would release it to theaters and streaming. Now, if they want to do a day and day release, theater and streaming at the same time, sure, go with it. You know, I'm a little bit more old school, traditional. I like a nice big theatrical window. Then we'll go to renting and physical media, and then we'll end up on streaming. That's the way I normally like it. So I would go that path, but at least get it to the theaters for some amount of time, get it on streaming in some way or form, and also definitely on physical media for us collectors that just love owning physical media and collecting. Because I'm telling you right now, if they release this physical media, as a fan of this genre, I am all in on this one. I'm totally going to be picking it up. So I think they should release it everywhere. Now, even if the movie doesn't turn out so good, hey, you know what? At least we got to experience it for ourselves and make that decision. And at least we got to see what it was. You know, we don't have to wonder, hey, you know, what about that Batgirl movie? What could have that been like? Was that going to be a fun movie, or was that going to be actually a great experience? We won't have to wonder that. We'll see it and it'll either be amazing, we'll be excited, celebrating, like, wow, we got this movie, or we'll watch it and we'll be like, you know, that's pretty bad. I'm probably only going to watch that one time. Yeah, that could happen too, but at least we got to experience it for ourselves and also contribute some money to Warner Discovery to help them recoup some money. That way, you know, they can invest that into future projects that they're really excited about. So to me, I think it works for everybody. It works for the fans. It works for the company. I think it works for the talent too, because now the talent can actually see, okay, our movie did come out. We can trust Warner Discovery. We might want to work with them in the future. Because I'm telling you right now, this is really going to hurt the talent involved if it doesn't get released in any way, because this talent's just going to be irritated. They're not going to want to work with this company again. They'll go to Disney and Marvel or another company out there. I mean, and you don't want to do that with this talent. I mean, DC, Warner Discovery still has some really good talent involved with them, and we don't want to send a bad message to any of them. So I think releasing helps the talent a whole lot as well. So everybody, to me, mostly benefits, even if the movie doesn't turn out to be so good. I think the pros in this case definitely outweigh the cons. So I would release it. I would release it theatrical, streaming, and physical. Cover all our bases, get all the money we can recouped, and, you know, please as many people as we can with this release. Now, what I think Warner Discovery will end up doing, I think they're going to bury this one. I think we're not going to get any release on this one. The only way I could truly see us getting a release is if there is a big uproar about the fans demanding, hey, we want to see this movie. We want to see it, right? On the Reddit feeds, the Twitters, whatever, social media, whatever it might be, really requesting it. Of course, you know, hopefully in a nice way. Then I could see it possibly happening, because remember, the fans got the Snyder Cut, and at first I'm like, Snyder Cut? Would they ever do that? But the fans got in such a big uproar, hey, we want this, we want the Snyder Cut. And then that came out to a really nice physical media set. The 4K looked fantastic on the Snyder Cut. So that's what I'm saying. You know, a 4K physical media release is possible here. So I could see it as a chance of, you know, if there's a big enough uproar, they could release it in some way. I don't think they would release it, you know, everywhere, the theaters, streaming and physical, maybe just streaming and physical, or maybe, who knows, maybe it'll just be physical. But I could see streaming and physical, because even the Monsters movie is at least going to physical, and I believe streaming day and day. So I think that is something there that I think they could do, but only if there's a big enough uproar. And so I think there's going to be a big uproar for Batgirl, or a lot of people passionate about this project like they were for Snyder Cut. Even though I'm pretty excited about this one, do I see enough people being passionate about this one for that? Right now, at the moment, I don't see it. Now, this could completely change if I start to see things that come out, like people are like, hey, we want this movie, and I start to see that all on the social medias. Then yeah, maybe in the future, definitely a possibility. But right now, I just don't know if there's enough excitement behind the Batgirl movie. There's definitely fans out there for sure. Is it just enough though in numbers to make, some kind of movement happen with this one? At the moment, I'm going to say I don't think there is enough there to me, which is unfortunate, and that's kind of sad because I'm a big superhero fan. I was excited for this Batgirl movie, hearing Brendan Fraser is involved with this one, Michael Keaton, J.K. Simmons. I mean, it looked like, oh wow, this could actually be a really fun movie. There's at least some really good talent involved here. So I'm pretty disappointed if we never get a release of it. It's definitely going to leave me just a little bit disappointed, probably for quite some time. But that's kind of the way things go, and that's how the circumstances look right now. I mean, Warner Discovery wants to send a message, and maybe they just want to start with a clean slate and just say, no, we're axing all these other movies, so maybe other movies will be next for them, and then they're just going to release, hey, you know what, guys, we're sorry, we canceled all these past Warner movie projects, but hey, we got 10 new amazing DC movies coming out in the next few years, right? Superman 2, all Green Lantern, all of this, right? So maybe they can win us fans back over in some regards, but still, I'm always going to remember this Batgirl movie and just be like, you know what? I wanted to see it just out of at least curiosity of, was it really going to be that bad? So that's just my thoughts and my opinions right now. Like I said, this movie is not confirmed to be released anywhere, at least from my knowledge at the moment. So this was all just discussion and speculation. I wanted to get my shots out there, but I also want you all to share your thoughts too. Leave those in the comments below. What would you do if you were Warner Discovery? How would you release this movie? Would you release this movie to physical media, or would you, just like they're doing right now, cancel it completely, throw it away, not release it at all? I mean, where do you think the pros outweigh the cons? Give me your full-on thoughts of the Batgirl movie that has been canceled down below so we can have those awesome movie discussions. And if you're just discovering the channel for the very first time and you love collecting physical media and being part of this amazing mega fan community, make sure you subscribe right now to stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics.
He's probably fought hundreds of thousands of other super beings on the other planets he's destroyed, right? And we have to assume he's won.
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us. Not us united.
And if you like this physical media topic video, click another video to see more. Also, like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.